Hello beautifuls and welcome to another video of Saute with Dijaba. This is your host and chef Dushyant. Since Ramadan is just around the corner and this is one recipe which I would love to produce for all those who are viewing this video. Again, it's a super simple recipe with basic ingredients that you would probably have in your kitchen. So the recipe that we are going to do today is Muhallabia. It is a traditional Arab world recipe with super simple ingredients which include milk, cardamom, sugar, cornstarch or corn flour, some toppings, rose water, and some saffron. So I'm giving it a twist with saffron. Usually, saffron is not an ingredient that's used in Muhallabia. So let's start. We have 1 liter of milk. We have around 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom powder. This is optional, but it's traditionally used. Then we have around 5 to 6 tablespoons of fine sugar. We have around 7 tablespoons of corn flour or cornstarch. I have some toppings here. Now these are also optional, but I have some dry fruits and I have rose petals. I have 5 teaspoons of rose water. Now this ingredient is not optional. You need to use rose water because that's the real essence and the flavor of Muhallabia. And for my personal twist, I have saffron, which I have put in warm water, and as you can see, the color has come out very beautifully. So you can soak it in warm water for around 15 to 20 minutes before you start the recipe. That way you will get the maximum flavor out of the saffron. To begin with, first things first, we would be taking our corn flour. This is 7 tablespoons of corn flour, and I would be taking a little bit of milk and pouring it into this. So there's no measurement to this, just enough milk to create a slurry which is lump free. You can just mix it up nicely. You can also use a small whisk if required and prepare the slurry and keep it aside. So mix, mix, mix. So my slurry is ready and it's completely lump free, and now I will just keep this aside. So next, in a non-stick deep bottom and heavy bottom pan, I'm going to pour in all the milk. You need 1 liter of milk in this recipe. So the milk has been added. Now next I would be adding in the sugar. And also I'll be adding in all the saffron. Now since this recipe I'm using the saffron just for color, so I'm adding it from before. I'll give it a quick mix. When the milk boils, the saffron will give even a deeper color. Okay. Now we will be taking this and be placing it on a medium flame stove, and we'll bring it to almost a boil, and that's when we'll add in our rose water and our cardamom. Alright, so it's on a medium flame stove, and I'm going to keep stirring it until it reaches almost the boil. We don't want it to boil completely. Once you feel that it has heated up sufficiently and the sugar has completely dissolved, you can add in the spices and the rose water, which is the cardamom and the rose water. You tend to add these at the end so that it gives the aroma, which might be lost if we put it in earlier and we let the milk boil. So keep stirring. Okay, so as you can see that the milk is steaming a bit, I am stirring it. It's been around 7 minutes on medium heat and I think it's almost coming to boil. So at this stage I'm going to add in the cardamom. This is optional. If you don't want to add cardamom, you can ignore it. If you want, you can also add cardamom pods and you can remove them right before you add the corn flour. But I like the cardamom flavor, so I'll keep it in. Also, I'll be adding in the rose water at this stage. And now I'll bring it to almost boil. You can see that there are bubbles coming in on the edge. That means the milk is almost at boil. At this stage, it's crucial, so we keep stirring this. We need to make sure that the milk doesn't stick to the bottom, and hence we're using a non-stick pan. and we will bring it to a slight boil and immediately add in the corn flour paste, and then we'll stir it constantly until it thickens. So this is a very crucial stage. Once you see that your edges have started boiling, that means your milk is almost at boil. The first boil that we get from the center is when we add the corn flour and we vigorously stir the mixture, making sure that it doesn't stick. So I think it's almost time for me, so I will just add in. Okay, so I'm adding in the corn flour slurry. Now I will stir it. Make sure that you stir it very well, and hence you need a deep bottom pan so that you can stir it nicely. As you can see that the mixture has thickened, but we will let it boil for a few more minutes so that all the lumps are out. You can also use a whisk at this stage if required. Okay, so the mixture has nicely thickened. Now I will be putting off the stove completely and stirring it just for a bit until the heat remains. Okay, so the mixture has thickened nicely. Now we will pour it in whatever container we want to pour it. It can be glasses, you can pour it directly in a bowl. You can even serve it hot as it is, but the usual is that it's put into a container and it's set in the refrigerator for around 3 to 4 hours, or even overnight if required, and it's eaten later once it's cooled down completely. It sets up like a nice thick mixture. It tastes absolutely delicious. So I'll be pouring these into my containers and then we will see the end result.